The current dating pool for us women is literally porn addicts, men that are insecure and constantly need reassuring, overgiving emotional labor because they're highly sensitive. You have the gym bros that are the narcissists. You have the fearful or dismissive, avoidant guys that are emotionally distant and unavailable. You can put in that baskets people that are dating multiple people, people that are just divorcing or divorced, people that are rebounding and using others, right? And you still have the performative woke men that are still treating women like shit. Oh, and you have the good guys, of course, the good guys that are probably hiding. So it's not your fault. You just didn't have the choice. You still don't have the choice.
You know what I don't understand in this generation? Dating. And I'm so glad I'll never be able to understand that. And I actually feel like I was born into the wrong generation because I just don't understand how someone can play with someone's feelings and get a kick out of it. And what do you mean you've been in a 3-month situationship and then you turn around and say, oh, I don't actually like you, or, I'm not ready for a relationship, or you're a really great person, but, I'm just not ready, or I'm still hurt from my past. Why are you stringing someone along for this much time and then turning around and saying, I'm not ready? You knew you weren't ready 1 month in, 2 months in. Let's just be so for real right now. And in saying that, that does not mean I'm against dating, because I go out on dates, I get to know people, and I'm either like, you know what, I either like this person, I can see this potentially going somewhere, so I'll go out on a second date, third date. Or I'm like, I just don't see this going anywhere after one date. And I would just say, hey, I don't see this really going anywhere, so there's no point in us continuing this, because if I don't see it going anywhere, why continue hurting someone? I just will never understand it. And I'm so glad I'll never be able to understand it. But I think people that hurt other people need to take accountability for their actions and understand what they're actually doing, because it's not okay, and we need to stop normalizing these 3-month situationships and then someone turning around and saying, I'm not into you, or I don't like you, or I'm not ready. I'm actually over it, and I feel like there's so many people out there that are in the same position as me. Like, I've got so much to give, but it's never reciprocated because everyone wants to play around. Anyway, rant over.
Isn't it a little weird that, all of these guys seem like they're reading from the same exact script? As soon as it's time to commit, they hit you with one of these lines. I got a lot going on right now. I need to focus on my career. I really like you, but I don't want to hurt you. Oh, here's my favorite one. I'm not over my ex. If you're not over your ex, why are you And while all of those excuses are great, maybe we should just try being honest. And I talk to my homegirls. I follow other girls here on TikTok, and I see stories on Instagram and stuff. And it's are we all dating the same type of men? Or are y'all all reading from the same script?
Okay, I am a 36, almost 37-year-old single female living in San Diego. And I was seeing a guy for over a month and could not get this guy to ask me out on a proper date. It was like pulling teeth. He wanted to stay at home, get takeout, just be on the couch. And I'm just curious if I'm the only one going through this. And at the end of it, we're no longer talking. There was about 11 days of radio silence, to the point where you're questioning, is the guy dead? No, he found someone else. So, yeah, I guess I'm just scratching my head for all the single females out there. Are the men just not putting in the effort anymore?
This guy drove 5 hours to see me on a date. I live in England, he does not. Paid for everything on the date. We had loads in common, similar background, interests, hobbies, things we want to do, places we want to travel. He starts talking about how I would get along with his mum and he is excited to meet my mum. We plan a second date. He drives out 5 hours to see me again on the second date. I offered to go to his country, but he said, like, no. He pays for everything on that date again, buys me a bunch of stuff on that date. We literally did not do anything, had a kiss in the car park after the second date. And I've never heard from this guy since. Like, I've been ghosted. When I say I've never been more confused in my life, I've never been more confused in my life.
All I do is get ghosted by men on Hinge. Why are you matching with me and talking to me and wasting my time if you're not going to ask me out and or stop replying? Why are you telling me you want to hook up with me? Why are you telling me all these things and what you would do? It's all talk and no action on this freaking app. I'm going to delete it. Just kidding, I'm not. I am not exaggerating. Got ghosted at least 12 times this week by 12 different guys. I don't understand it. It's actually a numbers game to trying to find a singular man who wants to meet up. These men just want to talk to pretty girls to get their ego boosted. They don't actually want a relationship. They are all liars. If you don't want to go on a date with a girl, get off Hinge. Thank you.
So I was supposed to go on a date tonight, and last night I was looking through my messages to see if he had confirmed. This guy blocked me. So that's the first. I got blocked and ghosted before my first date. You know, I'm really bummed about that because I didn't even get to show him my personality of why he should actually ghost me. So I guess there's that.
All right, it's time to ask, is he busy or am I getting ghosted? It's been over 24 hours, but staying positive because I fear this has happened before and I wasn't getting ghosted. But you know, you always gotta wonder. You always gotta do a double take. I already have double texted him. That's the problem. I've double texted and he still is not answering. He has a lot of things he could be doing right now. He could be very busy right now. I almost like want to text him and be like, is everything okay? Like, are you alive still? But then again, like, I'm not ready to yet. I have to, like, if he's ghosting me, I'm absolutely going to triple text him. The fuck? I need my answers. But, like, I'm just kind of hoping for the best. I'm not worried yet. I'm not worried yet. Maybe tomorrow. Probably tomorrow I'll be a little worried. It's not looking good.
I'm currently being ghosted. I don't think I've ever been ghosted before, but people were not joking. Like, this shit is so difficult. It's difficult. I listened to, like, a bunch of podcasts yesterday, though, that have, like, really helped kind of put things back into perspective, because I was just feeling really down about myself, and I've learned that people like this are just, like, generally kind of dangerous and can't be trusted. So no one has time for that. So yeah, he's dead to me, though I may have to see him in yoga class tomorrow. That's, like, where we met, and he asked me out. So I may see his ghost tomorrow at yoga, and I may have to, like, report back here and let you guys know how it went, because I don't know, I might be a mess. I might be a mess, or yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be. So I haven't seen him in a while, so it should be interesting.
I would like to know where y'all got the fucking audacity. Where did y'all get it? Because, like, show it to me. Why? Why are men out here pursuing women, literally pursuing them, and then trying to get to know you? I'm just trying to come see you. This ain't me, by the way, because could never be me. I'm fucking single, not looking. I'm just, in general, stories I've heard, things that people that I know have gone through, or, you know, seen on the fucking internet. But, like, y'all are pursuing the fuck out of women, and then when they try to get to know you back, and you get the hint of, like, she might actually like you, you're like, oh, by the way, I'm not looking for nothing. Bro, what the fuck were you doing last week texting her fucking 40 times in a row? Were you not trying to get to know her as well? Or are we just using everybody? In this generation, literally everybody uses everybody. It's a fucking joke. Hence why I'm single. No one dates for marriage anymore. No one dates for endgame anymore. It's literally just to be like, oh, I had that. Look. Add that notch to my belt. Y'all wonder where I'm at home. Alone. Can't be bothered. Don't fucking call me. Don't text me. Don't talk to me. Don't reach out to me. Don't DM me. Bye. Too busy for that. Thank you.
I am literally gonna die fucking alone. Like, it's Saturday night and I'm like in bed crying because I just can't do this shit with these men anymore. Like, every time I just am like, hey, you know, you've ghosted me. Hey, you know, I'm just not going to waste my time and stuff. They come back and make me feel 10 times shitter than I already felt. So context, I've been talking to this guy for 2 weeks and like, it was just so hard to decipher what he wanted. He would FaceTime me and stuff and we'd talk, but I just felt like there was nothing really, like he wasn't like really there, like trying. Like, for example, like I don't expect a guy to message me all day, every day. Like, fuck no, we've got lives. But he would message me like, hey, how was your day? And I'd be like, yeah, good, it was busy. How was yours? He'd be like, oh, it was crazy. And then he'd send like another 2 messages and that was really it. It was like nothing. And I like tried to like get to push it out. Every time we FaceTimed, it was the same conversation over and over. And then there was a point where he didn't talk to me for like 3.5 days. Like, sorry, I've been so busy. And I'd be like, I was like, you ghosted me. And he's like, no, I didn't. And then last time I spoke to him was Thursday. And he's like, oh, we should go out for drinks on Sunday. Context, he asked me out a week ago and said, let's go out next Sunday for dinner. So he's forgotten he already asked me out. And then he's asked me out again. And then I haven't heard from him for like 2 days. And I was like, look, I'm just not going to waste my time. You know, why am I going to waste my time? He then goes, oh my God, I gotta stop crying. And then I messages me back going, why would you think that? He goes, this is all to do with your dating history. So it's my fault. It's back on me. And that's what makes me feel shit. Like, it's my fault that he's like, you didn't message me. He's like, this is just all to do with your dating. I'm like, I don't do that. I'm not insecure like that. And it just annoys me because you're like, what do I do? I don't know. Do I just settle and waste my time for someone who doesn't really like me? I don't know. I'm just so tired of it. I'm so tired of them making me feel like shit.
Getting ghosted has to be one of the most difficult and confusing things that you can go through. I was recently ghosted by someone who I had been seeing for a few months now. They were older. I thought that they were more mature and emotionally intelligent than they clearly were, because they ghosted me. We've been pretty distant in our communication for a few days leading up to me basically saying like, hey, I can tell that something's happened. I would hope if it was something I did that you would feel comfortable enough to tell me. And they did respond to that message and basically just said, no, it's nothing you did, but let's have a conversation tomorrow or this weekend whenever you have some time. And we all know what a text like that means. So I was patient. I waited for them to come to me to talk to me and was pretty prepared for them to call things off. And then days went by and it was just crickets. So of course, as one does, I texted them, even though I shouldn't have. And basically what I said was just, hey, I can tell from the lack of this communication that things are probably over. It's fine, it's for the best, whatever. But it is pretty hurtful that you didn't care to have a conversation with me about it. And of course, I didn't get any sort of response from that text message either. I am just someone who I don't think ghosting is very considerate or very appropriate. I will honestly only do it if I feel like the person who I am ghosting or separating myself from is dangerous, or any kind of conversation with them just won't be productive. So to have someone do it to me is just really hurtful and confusing. But essentially, if someone does not think that you are worth a conversation when wanting to end things,
they are definitely not someone that you want in your life anyways. So it's probably just best to forgive, forget, move on, and move forward. But if you are someone who's going through something similar, just know that you are not alone, and it happens to the best of us.
No, people don't tell you about getting ghosted. I got ghosted pretty brutally like a year ago. And not just like getting ghosted after one date or getting ghosted after texting for a few days. Like I was ghosted after I really thought I had something with this man. People do not tell you that you literally will have PTSD from this. It's not even that I think about this guy anymore in any way. This was a year ago, but I hate to admit it. What happened definitely affected me in terms of trust and like expectations of people. I think I used to expect that people were always going to treat me right and always do the right thing. And I thought people always had good intentions. And I was always very open to the idea of like letting love into my life. Now I question everything. Like I'm kind of talking to somebody new, and I'm not kidding. The paranoia I feel just when I send a message is actually sad. And it's kind of sad to be admitting this, but it's not in particular like the guy I'm talking to right now. Like I don't know if he's like my end all be all, but it's just the idea that I kind of like him and I feel a little vulnerable. And now he has the power to ghost me that I think scares me. In all honesty, I'll send a message, and if I don't hear from him for 2 hours, I'm like, okay, he's ghosting me, like classic. I knew this was gonna happen. And then I end up hearing from him and he's like, let's go do something. I hate to admit that something like that affected me so much, but I also feel like it's pretty normal considering it was pretty emotionally damaging, because I used to be just a lot more trusting, I would say. Now I'm like, oh, you're telling me I look nice? Like what's the hidden agenda there? It's really exhausting. So if you've ever been ghosted, let me know if you went through this too. It sucks. Like it actually sucks, and I feel like a psycho, and I know I'm not a psycho. This might be petty, this might be toxic, but I'm here to prove to you that they do always come back. They always come back. Listen to this. I told this story on TikTok before. I got ghosted like a year ago really badly, like love bombing to the max. He met my family, he met my dog, he got my dog treats, he got me flowers, everything. Then one day I never heard from this man again, and it did crush me a little bit. It really did hurt my feelings. After that, I unblocked him, I blocked him. I couldn't decide like what felt best for me, and I guess I never blocked him in the end. So today's Tuesday. Last Friday, I'm sitting on my couch minding my own business, watching TV. I get a text from a number. I don't have their number saved. I had no idea who this could be. The text was so casual. I was like, wow, I must be friends with this person. Like I feel bad that I don't have their number saved. This was the text. Hey, Jacqueline, long time no chat. Like we should hang out. So casual, right? I'm like, sorry, who is this? He answers. He's like, it's X from Houston. Like, remember me? Oh my God, this man is psychotic and has no feelings, no remorse, no guilt, no sorry for what he did, just asking me to do something. Are you insane? So I never answered, but it gets better. It gets better. It gets more petty, and I'm sorry if this sounds mean, but it was really healing for me. Number one, it was healing that I got to not answer his text. I know he probably didn't care and texted like 25 other girls, but for me, it just felt good to like not answer, not give him that satisfaction. However, it's the rodeo in Houston, so people my age are like out and about, especially in the Heights. So I go out to the Heights and I'm at this bar that like everybody goes to, especially during rodeo season. If you know, you know. I walk in, walking around. Who do I see? I see him in the flesh. I see him in the flesh. He looks at me. I must have made the biggest stink face. Like this was literally my face. Because when I tell you, he was ugly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's mean. Maybe I was blinded in the moment way back when I got ghosted and manipulated and tricked, or he got uglier. I don't know. But if that's not the most healing story, I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like the universe wanted to give me that just to close out that chapter of my life. I was totally over it, but like, damn, it was good. It was good to see him like that. And it was good to not answer. So I'm sorry if this is toxic advice or petty or whatever, but if you want to leave him unblocked, he'll probably reach out to you again, and then you can just not answer. But I would block him. Don't listen to my advice. But it felt pretty good. It felt pretty good.
My favorite thing that guys do is when they ghost you and they come back like weeks or months later and you're like, WTF, you've ghosted me for X amount of time. That was weird. They'll respond back and be like, yeah, my bad, but I thought about you though. I was thinking about you. Does that count? I think about you? Because men, bro, they really took that phrase literally. They took that phrase literally. It's the thought that counts, because they really thought so, because that's crazy to me. I think about not paying my rent every first of the month. I think about that. Yeah, I don't want to do that, but I do it because I like where I live. I like having a home. And then guys would come back and be like, yo, let me live in your uterus. And it's like, babe, didn't you like your home? Like, what? You didn't pay the rent. You weren't clocking in. Your landlord would evict you, and I'm your landlord. Unless you bribe me, you can't come back.
Instead of there being a male loneliness epidemic, there should be a male sexless epidemic. And maybe there isn't, I just don't know. Because when I was growing up in the 99s and 2000s, as a girl who liked to shake her ass, what I see now is appalling. It's what I've noticed about the men. Where are the men's Adam's apples? Back in the day, men used to have real big Adam's apples. I ain't even gonna get started on these men's penis size, because back in the day, they was swinging. Now, another thing I've noticed is men had very deep voices, baritone, vibrating, just making you shiver voices. Now, everybody's voice is so high. Another thing is, have you noticed that these men can't grow beards? And if they do have facial hair, it's really spotty. Back in the day, men used to grow all kinds of facial hair and just muscles and just beautiful bodies. Now, Another thing I've noticed too is that back in the day, men used to dress to impress. And men would take such pride in their appearance. And not only did they look good, they smelled good. Like you would hone in on a man by the way he smelled. These men nowadays wear their pants hanging off their ass, think a shoe game is having multiple pairs of tennis shoes, and they smell like weed. Another thing, let's talk about men staring at you at the club. They didn't do that back in the day. If a man did not dance and he was interested in you, he would at least ask you to dance a little bit, do his little two-step, hold your waist, y'all having a little conversation, y'all cackling. But now these men stare at you and they give stalker vibes. Let's talk about section behavior. You see a man in his section now, just full of men standing on the couches like they the new baddies, standing all on the tables, on the stages, like it's so fucking weird. Women do that. And my biggest pet peeve is men used to have wallets and money clips. Now these motherfuckers got man purses. What in the... Listen, y'all new men will dry woman's coochie up in a heartbeat. And instead of there being a male loneliness epidemic, y'all need a sexless epidemic.
So I'm obviously aware and been thinking a lot about how I'm 28 and I'm single. And I didn't expect to be 28 and single. I literally thought I was in the relationship that I was going to be in for the rest of my life. And I had settled. It was not a bad relationship, but it was more the vibe of, this is my person. This is good enough. Like that shrug and just like, this is my life. There's things that make me unhappy, but it's okay because it's him. And I've just been really reflecting on, I'm so thankful that that relationship ended, because there are things that I was accepting and I was settling for that I would never, ever, ever allow to come into another relationship. And I am going to live a life where I'm not going to complain about X, Y, Z, because X, Y, Z is literally just not going to exist for me in a relationship, because I'm not going to let that be something that I settle for. And I think that's really fucking exciting. So if you're in your late 20s, I don't want to speak to people who are older than me, but like if you're in your mid or late 20s and you're scared because you're like, oh my God, I haven't found my person. All my friends they're in relationships. Like, guys, the split rate of people who meet their person in their early 20s, it's pretty fucking high. Like, what, isn't divorce rate like 50%? My psychologist even said to me, obviously people get lucky, they meet the person that they're going to be with for the rest of their life when they're young. But like I've kept saying to her, when I was young, I didn't know what I was looking for. I just fell into that relationship because somebody liked me back and I liked them. And I think that's how a lot of young relationships start. So now I get to talk to people. I get to go on first dates. I get to have weird situations with people. And every single time I get to learn something about myself. And I think that's, especially with Brisbane Boy, I learned so much from that experience because it was really good. Like it was really, really good. I had my first crush, and then obviously it kind of imploded and it ended in not a great way, but I'm so proud of myself for how I communicated and how I handled that. I learned so much about myself. I got to see my new communication styles and abilities in in action. And I just think that's really cool and really exciting. And yeah, sure, now we're back to square one. We're back to first dates. We're talking to new people. But every single time, it just gets better. I just get more clear. And also, it's kind of nice when like you're done with somebody because they're not meant to be, obviously. And now I get to go, cool, what do I want to focus on about myself now? Because I've just learned something over the past 6 weeks. And they are my thoughts.
But it's also just common courtesy and manners. It is not high maintenance or unreasonable for women to expect if a man has asked me to go on a date, has made plans days out, on the day of, to send 1 or 2 messages in the day, confirming the plans, confirming what it is, say they're looking forward to it. That is completely normal. You know what? He's actually a great example of a man who knows how to date. I woke up to 2 voice messages and this one at like 6:30 in the morning. This man starts work at 6 a.m. During those messages, he gave me okay, now I'm off to work, I'm putting my phone away, blah, 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 I'll talk to you later. This was around lunchtime and he checked in with me again, talking about the day, said he really looked forward to the date that night and was just confirming our plans and the agreed time. Then once I got home, I got a message from him, as you can see, 10:38 p.m, confirming he had a really good time and we actually planned the second date. And it is now the night before the second date and he's already messaging me to confirm our plans and whatnot. And I guarantee he will message me again in the morning to do it. And actually, this man and I are not even going to seriously date because he doesn't even live in the city that I live in. It is just 2 really nice dates for fun because we really got along and we had a good time. And yet he still had decent manners and courtesy to confirm plans and check in. That is a normal thing to do.
What the does that mean? I don't get why I'm still single. I don't get it. I'm a catch. What is going on in my life where I don't have a man? Or are my standards too high? Do I box myself in a corner all the time? Like nowadays, men today want to be chased. What happened to masculinity? What happened to chivalry? What happened to men courting women? What happened to that? Back in the day, dating was so much easier and it was fun. Today's dating is hell. You give a guy your number and all of a sudden you don't hear from them until like 3 to 4 days later. What was the point of me giving you my number? If you're not going to text me, I don't get it. The talking doesn't go as far as the actual app. There are no, oh, let me take you out to dinner. Let's go catch a movie. Let's go to a cafe and get to know each other. What's with all the endless text messages? What happened to men actually planning dates? What happened to it? I don't get it. How do you date in today's society? What are some of your red flags and your non-negotiables? I do not chase men. I don't do it. I did it once, will never do it again. No, never again will I chase a guy. My biggest ick is a guy that can't hold a conversation. Now, I gotta talk the whole goddamn date. I hate it. I don't got time to be dating no guy that don't have no money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound shallow, but I've dated broke men my whole life. I have. Now I'm in a place where I have money and I want to travel and I want to see the world. I don't want you to buy me nothing because I can buy it myself. That's not what I want. I want you to have the financial stability to pick up and go on a trip. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for no Louis. I'm not asking for no goddamn bust down Chanel. I don't even goddamn like designer. I don't. I really don't. Oh, you're just very intimidating. What the does that mean? How do I come off intimidating when I'm the most socializing person ever? Specifically, my ladies, I want to hear how you are dating, especially in today's generation. What are some dating apps you're on? Where do you go to date? And what are just some of your non-negotiables when it comes to dating these men? Because I ain't got time. Anyway, this is the makeup look. I wanted something really cute and rosy. Bye, guys.
Where are the lover boys at? Where are the men who fall in love with loving their women the way I fall in love with loving a man? Where are the men who bring flowers without being asked and text and FaceTime and want to hear about your day and maybe leave a note even? Where are you, lover boys?
I'm tired of being tired. This guy just stopped in the middle of traffic, pulled over, just to get my number and talk to me. Cute as fuck, fine as fuck, right? Grown ass man. But then he's telling me like what he wants, and I'm breaking it down like all you want is somebody to fuck on, a relationship without actually being a relationship. But he was like, yeah, but I don't want to say it in that terms. I'm a realist. Say it for what it is, or don't say nothing at all. I'm not for that. Like, why can't men, why they got so much commitment issues? They got a whole 3-year-old son. I don't like that. And it's always niggas with the broken homes, and it's just so much. I don't date. And people are so surprised when I say I don't have a roster, because why would I? It's like all these niggas are the same in different fonts. That gives me even more confirmation that I need to be working out and walking in expensive neighborhoods with black people with money, Hispanic people with money.
What the hell did I do in a past life to deserve to keep attracting these low effort men? Honestly, so done with low effort dating. Like, I'm at my wit's end. I honestly felt a little bit optimistic and more positive about this dating experience as I've been trying to enter my dating era. And like, I'm not even asking for a lot. Like, there are women out there asking for a lot more than I'm asking for. Like, I'm asking for the bare minimum of not even a deep planned date, but to just take some sort of want and drive to actually want to go out with me. You know, like, don't tell me let's lock in Tuesday, confirm Tuesday. Again, this is a guy I've already been on 3 dates with. We haven't seen each other for a while because he's been away. Like, if I know deep down now, like, if he actually wanted to see me when he got back, he would be making the plan and he would be making the effort. But like, don't give me this low effort breadcrumbing shit. Like, if you don't want to see me, that's fine. I'm a big fucking girl. Like, I'll move on. But he's basically planned, like, yeah, let's lock in Tuesday. I asked him, are you sure you want to do Tuesday? Because I'm going to plan my business day, like my work around this. Like, I'm busy. And he goes, yeah, that's fine. I just assumed Tuesday would mean we'd like finish work and grab dinner, or I don't know, a bite to eat, or cook dinner at home, whatever. And basically, I asked him again, he said, yeah, all good for Tuesday. Didn't hear from him all day. And I'm like, fuck this, I'm not going to ask him. And I asked him then at 4 o'clock, and I was like, look, what's the plan tonight? Like, what are we doing? What am I getting ready for? I've got meetings at the moment. Like, I need to jump off and organize my life. And he was just like, oh, I've just finished work. Sorry, been stuck in meetings. Going to go to the gym. I'll be home about 6. And again, like, no plan in that. I said, okay, no worries. I just got home. And then he was like, I'm just going to shower, hoover, and cook some pasta. I'm like, that was it. Again, no fucking plan. I was like, okay. So what, are we not grabbing dinner? And he was like, oh, I didn't realize we were doing dinner. Did I miss that message? I'm like, no, you didn't fucking miss that message. But what message has been put in to make a plan? Like, what the hell? And if you don't want to do dinner, what are we doing? He's like, oh, just kind of, and I didn't say that, but I was just like, no, there wasn't a plan to do dinner. I just assumed like we would be spending the night together. Like, what do you want to do? But I'm hungry. It's now 7 o'clock. Like, what am I doing? And he goes, oh, I just kind of thought we'd take Ziggy on a dog walk. I'm like, I just messaged you saying I was going to take Ziggy on a dog walk. When at once did you say I'll join you? Like, fuck off. And old me would have turned around and gone, yeah, sure, fine, dog walk's fine. I'm like, not doing it. I'm not wasting my time on this shit. I'm done. I said, nah, all good. Like, I'm just going to cook dinner and take Ziggy for a walk and do some work then. No stress. Like, if tonight doesn't work. No fucking response. Half an hour later. Like, I am saying this as somebody that is trying to be a tough bitch and kind of be like, you know, I know if they wanted to, they would. I know if he wanted to see me, he'd make the effort. I don't give a fuck how busy you are. We're all busy. I told you on Sunday. If you do not have the time, that's okay. Do not care. I haven't seen you in 3 weeks. Don't then make the plan and then do this to me. And I'm honestly just so over, like, this isn't even the first guy. The amount of low effort dates, not even asking to make dinner, not even asking to just fucking buy me a coffee, nothing. I'm so over it. And I don't know why I keep attracting these people. And this is when I just get so flat. And I know I'm trying to be strong and all, on to the next, but I'm so done with it. Like, I have been through the ringer. I'm in therapy. I do the work. I'm so proud of myself for moving through this so much easier and letting go of like what is not worth my time. But like, fuck, like, when is it my turn to meet a guy that actually wants to make an effort on a goddamn date? I'm so done with it.
I honestly just couldn't give two shits about dating anymore. I don't see the point in it. No one can be bothered to even do bare minimum these days. Or, you know, not even think to not go out on the piss the night before a date and get so hungover that they cancel an hour and a half before the date. And then don't tell me then that, oh, you really want to see me. Oh, you'd really love to see me. Give you another chance. How about no? If you really wanted to see me, you wouldn't have got so fucked up the night before that you couldn't even make it out of your stinking bed to come on a coffee date. What? Not even that extreme. You don't even have a car, so you were going to walk 10 minutes down the road from your house. I've made it so easy for you. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
So I went on a date last night. It was a second date, and I never want to see this man again. And I was feeling kind of bummed about it when I got home, because I was like, oh, I just like wasted a night and, you know, put all this effort into something that is going to be nothing. Realistically, you know, 99.9% of the dates that I go on aren't going to turn into anything. There's only been times in my life where I will just continue to date someone who I know that I don't want to be with, just because I don't want it to be another failure. And I need to be better about trusting my gut. You know, 5-10 minutes into these dates, I know exactly how I feel about this person and if I want to see them again. But I will make excuses and tell myself, oh, you know, maybe it'll be different on the second date. Maybe on the third date, I'll feel a connection. So in 2023, I really want to shift my mindset when it comes to dating and, you know, stop dating to find my person. Not everything needs to be something bigger or have this, you know, greater meaning. A date can just be a date. I need to stop looking at these dates as a wasted opportunity and more of a learning experience. You know, like I'm discovering more about who I am and the kind of person that I want to be with, the kind of person I definitely don't want to be with. This whole rant to really just say that in 2023, I'm going to be dating for me. I'm going to be dating for fun with no expectation, and I'm ready for it.